After we've warmed up, the next thing I like to do is I like to come in and I do some really quick layups just to get the blood flowing. At the same time that we're doing this drill, we're actually warming up our hamstrings and our quads and making sure that our calf muscles and everything and the blood is really flowing. If you notice that the 50 shots that we did prior were just something to do to introduce ourselves to the gym, more or less. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start revving things up a little bit. And what I'm gonna do to rev things up a little bit is I'm gonna bring in a Bria Trice. A Bria Trice will come in and we're gonna do a series of layup drills. And again, the amount is basically 20, but for the purpose of the video, we're gonna break this down to about 10. So Bria's gonna come in and she's gonna show us how we get ourselves and our blood flowing. Okay, Bria? Okay. Bria right now is going to, and it's really a mental issue also. It's not as simple as it seems. It's not just a layup. She's going to shoot 10, 20 layups for you, but she's going to do 10 for us right now. And what she's going to do is before every layup, she has to touch the sideline to make sure that she's getting that blood flowing that we talked about. But at the same time, she has to also think about where she is on the court, because that's important when you're dealing with angles. And even though a lot of people think that a layup is a layup, one of the things I like to emphasize is I always emphasize this box here. Everything that we do here, this box has relevance to it. Whenever she's going for her layups, I'm going to emphasize to her, and I want you to emphasize to yourself and whoever you're helping, that when you take off, I want you above the box and somewhere in this 90-degree area here between the box and the beginning of the 3-second lane. So every time Bria runs off to the side, that's our version of getting back on defense. Then when she comes back, that's our version of shooting a layup because someone stole the ball, per se. So that's going to be one way that we're going to get our blood flowing, and we're going to get Bria moving, and she's going to shoot the layup, and she's going to create her own angles here. And we're going to make 10 layups in a row. Right, Bria?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go, Bria. Let's go. This ball will not touch the ground by her. She's got to go to the other side. Here she comes. She's looking for that angle. She's going to use her left hand on the left side, and she's going to use her right hand on the right side, and she's going to concentrate on staying next to that box. And all I have to do, I have a very simple job. I want to make sure she get it in a good position so that when she shoots her layup, she's comfortable and it's where she wants it. That's 6. Here's 7. We'll do just one more. One more for Bria. One more for Bria. 8. Thank you, Bria. That is what we use to get our blood flowing. Now, if you can imagine that being 20, you know that the blood is probably really going to be flowing. One of the things that I add to this, you can add to it. We're not going to have Bria do but maybe a couple just so you can see. But what I've added is I've added the same drill, but I throw the ball to her a little early, and I give her one dribble. And on that one dribble, she has to come in and attack the ball and jump off of 2 feet. So it's kind of something just to add to it. So this way, if she's in a position where she's not flowing and she's not in the position to be above the box, we're going to attack this below the box, and Bria's going to attack me, and she's going to draw some contact with me just so she can get used to that feel against maybe a 2-3 zone or maybe a 3-2 zone with people on the baseline. And it gets her blood flowing, and it's just something mental for her to think about with this, okay? Bria's going to start here on the box. What happens is she's going to run to the side. As she's running to the side, Bria, when she comes back at me, I'm throwing her the ball. She gets one dribble, and she gets a gather step, and then she's trying to draw contact here. So I'm actually going to be a defensive player, a passer, and a Bria's facilitator. Here we go. Here we go, Bria. Here we go. 2 times. We'll go 2 times same side. We'll just show the same side, and then you can take it from there, and then we know that we have to do it on the left side also. Here we go, Bria. She gets the ball, she gets one dribble, jumps out, boom. Come on, let's go one more time, Bria. Let's make that layup. Here we go. She gets one, gathers herself, two. We're gonna get it in there. As you see, it's not very easy. It's not very easy. All right, one more for Bria. One more. Here we go. She comes in, gathers herself, and she scores. Now you can imagine the situations you've been in where you've probably had to use that move. A lot of people don't show it, they don't work on it. It's usually instinctive, but I think that if you work on anything and you get better at anything, you can only be a better player. So that's one of the things I would do right after we did our side-to-sides. We would come in, we would do something like a gather. Now, of course, depending on what level you are, we would probably draw more contact. Many coaches have used bags, maybe their forearms, maybe two other players. Whatever it takes to make it difficult, I can see you using that to make this a drill worthwhile.